All right, guys, welcome back to Beautiful Mind. Today we're going to be doing the sidereal top counts. And what are we talking about? Well, we're going to use our same bottoms as we did with our looking for our 34-day bottom before a fast move. But this time now, we're going to look for this top. And I mean, I've put in these tops here, right? But really, this 7, 8, and 9, we're going to look at that. And we're also going to look at, you know, our 21 day, and then we'll look at our 43 day or 41 to 43 days. Anyways, let's just go take a look at what I'm talking about here. So, in the last episode on this square, I put a black dot on there. We're going to talk about all that right away. But on this one, we're going to use the red dots, and we're going to be looking for our 43rd day, 44 and 45. Okay, so and that represents this red dot, and I'm going to show you that right now. Okay, so right here on this square, on our last tutorial, we were using 34 days to find our bottoms down here. Now we're using the square and the sidereal time. We're using sidereal time, right? And that's this purple right here. That's all these purple numbers underneath here that you can see, right? There's 1 and there's 24, right? So that's sidereal time. These are the hours that the Lord has set out in the Maseroth, and this is how you find out what hour you're in, right? Jesus cried out in the 9th hour, which is 135 degrees. Anyways, let's just get back to finding our tops now. So I pointed out now that our tops, they range where these red dots I've made. So let's just go take a real quick look. Let's catalog them. So I'm saying to you here from like 7, 8, and 9, we've got this red section of dots that I've put on here, right? Then our low came in here. Then our next section of tops came in here and here. And then these two black dots are representative of this area and this area right here. And now this major move up right into here, right here, is this red dot. And this is what we're really looking for. But I thought maybe we would just, excuse me, we would just talk about that. So let's go ahead and let's just do that. Okay. So I'm just going to move this over a little. We're going to move now our scale, because that's what we have to do, right? Because we already know that that's where we had our tops, right? And we knew that there was one here and one here because we just cataloged it with these red dots. So let's go ahead and we're going to move this now right up to this point right here, right? Because this is our top, right? So now we're going to move it over, right? And we're just going to put it right here, right? Just like that. Okay. So from there, I'm going to move this over a little, and I'm going to try not to make it smaller because I know some of you are looking at this stuff on your telephone or your cell phone. So from there, we are stating what? That our next section of tops for our 7, 8, and 9 would come in right at the very last days of October and the first 2 to 3 days of November. Okay, well, that's right, the last few days of October and the first few days of November. Right on time. Okay, well, let's just not lose our mind yet. Well, this is our first one now, right? Okay, so the next one we're looking for, where our next little peak would come after our little low, right? And that little low would have came in right in here, right? In the 7 and 8 period right up in here. And here it is right here before we get this peak little move up to the 14th, right? And where's that? Well, right here, right? Before we have this big fall off right here. And then again, we have another fake out one, which is going to be coming in right here. And this comes in like about November 19th. So it's kind of our last sort of topping area right in here, right? And then what happens? We have a couple of series of lows, right? Around this 22nd period and would run up to about the 25th or 26th. This one ran to the 27th on our dot here. It's close enough. And then we have our next move up, and that move up is stating that it would happen around, 7th, 8th of December. Well, let's go see if it catches December 7th and 8th. Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's our next sequence, okay, guys? I hope you can see this. This is a really powerful tool. Let's keep going, okay? So we're going to move now the scale. Now we're just going to move it all the way up now. This is where we're at now, guys. Okay? Okay, so let's bring this down. Not all the way, but let's take a look at that. So we've moved our scale now. We're at our 0 point, and we're looking for our 7, 8, and 9 degrees where we have our first next sections of, little tops. And that looks like what? December 15th, 16th, and 17th or whatever, right? So let's go take a look at December 15th, 16th, and 17th. Well, saying right here, 14, 15, 16, 14, 15, 16, these lower tops, not that great. Then we have a section of bottoms, which would have come around somewhere maybe around the 22nd, they were saying here, but wasn't really a bottom there. The next one, it says for our topping period here, is right here at this December 27th and 28th. Well, it was a lower top again. And then the next series of tops came in, and it looks like here it would have had a top around the 2nd or 3rd of January right there. Looking at this right here. Looks like the 2nd of January. Let's go see what the 2nd of January would do. And there we go. There it is. Then we had a few series of bottoms, and then we had a major swing top. Now that next swing top here comes in here, and it's stating that it's going to be about January 18th. Well, we know that a big bottom came in after that, but January 18th is this lower area here. It totally missed this right here on the 11th. We didn't catch that one. So something was going on here, and I did call for this to occur around the 13th, but it came a little sooner. But anyways, let's move on now, right? So that's our next target right here, as we ended up right here on this 19th or whatever. So excuse me. So here's our next segment. Let's just bring this down a little bit. So 0, it's right on here now. It's this point. So our next series would state that we could have, some possible tops come around this. It looks like 27, 28, and 29 of January. So that would be right here. this first section of tops 26, 27, 28, 29, right? And 30, it looks like it's real close, not quite. Then from there, our next series of tops would occur. It looks like February 8th. Looks like a place where we could see another topping start to occur. And the end of that section would be the 14th of February. I wonder where that is, right? Okay. From there, we would have a couple of pullbacks, which would occur on, well, it's saying here February 19th to the 22nd and 23rd. And that's exactly what happened in here. And up to the 24th, it's showing right here. Okay, so that's how sharp this tool is. Okay, so next we're saying our next series of tops would have to come in around this March 4th. That's our next period where we would expect a top. So let's go see where March 4th was. Right here. Right here, guys. Okay, so I'll move this over now. So March 4th, that's our. So now we're going to go into the future, and this is where it gets really good because now you guys get to have a couple of points into the future where you can expect a possible sequence of tops to occur. So this is a really good, and we're going to do two more to find you those areas just because I'm confident that we're going to see some sort of maybe a lower top or maybe a higher top. We'll see. We just got to watch it to see if it breaks back beyond our 21%. Okay, so let's carry on now, and we're going to say, okay, we've made it up to here, and we said our March 4th was going to be our top. So now we're going to move our tool. Okay, move this thing and we'll align this again. And here we go. So our next series of little tops where we could see something happen would occur around the 12th, 13th, and 14th of March. Let's go have a look at the 12th, 13th, and 14th of March. Oh, well, it's right here. Right here. This is the last end of our first series of tops right here, guys. We're going to suffer a pullback to around the 19th and 20th here, it says. It looks like we're around on track to maybe do that. Then our next series of top would come in somewhere around this 25th, 26th here. We could have a retest. All right. And then we're going to have a little snap bottom and then another move up on the 31st and the 1st of April. So it could be higher. Then we're going to have a little series of these pullbacks till around about the 8th. Okay. And then the last part of this sequence is right here, guys. Okay. And what would that take us to? Well, this is stating that this top will come in right around, well, 16th, 17th, and 18th of April. And, I'm already calling for something to happen around there. And, is that what, this is where it's stating right here, right now. So that's 114,000, right? And our highest high right now is just 73 and a half. So 114 is right here. There's 112. I mean, right here, guys. I'm thinking more around 105 myself. I think it's going to come up somewhere around here, but we can certainly have a blow off up to here. There's nothing stating that it couldn't do that. As long as we weren't to violate, more than 21%. We were talking about that in my last tutorial today. This one, we're back 10%. We're halfway. So we need to hold these areas right now and gain some steam here. But, we could sit around for a few days before getting that move up again. So that's our next series of tops right here, which I've just given you. Okay, so we can do one more too. So let's do that. We're here right now. Let's just do that. Okay, we're set up again. Our next series of lower swing tops in a channel. Okay, just going to keep moving along here. This is stating about the 25th of April all the way up to just about May Day. We're going to have a series of lower probably tops and whatever. Maybe down here again. Who knows? Could be back up here. From there, we're going to have another experienced low, which will come around the 3rd of May, where we could experience another little pullback. However, we would make another top as late as the 10th of May. And then from the 10th of May, we would have another swing top around the 14th. From there, we would have a vicious pullback or a pullback of some point. It doesn't have to be necessarily vicious, but it looks like it may be, our pullback. And that would occur most likely by around the 21st and 22nd and 23rd of May. We could have a pullback here. We could sit on this angle. We could certainly sit here. And then the last swing top in that series would come in on the end of May and the 1st of June. Okay, so right here, we could have our next series. It could be a lower low. We could suffer, a lot of resistance here at this old top level. This purple line is our old tops. And if we weren't to show some strength, then we'd be coming back down, and around our halving event here, we could be, we could be back to square one again and have a reset, So those are my findings, and this is what we can do with this tool. If you think that that's something that you would be interested in, you can email me here, and you can text me. Don't call me, please, because I'm getting like 1,000 robocalls. I don't know what's going on, but my phone just pretty much won't stop ringing. So text me, and or hit me up on this channel here on the link below. You can contact me, and if you want one of these, they're just over $600 with shipping, and it's a wonderful gift for anyone who would like to forecast anything, really. I don't do human lives. I'm too good at all this stuff, so I do financial astrology. Anyways, peace and love. Thank you for having me as a guest today, and I look forward to being a guest with you again. Peace and love.